Oh, they both land a left hook. Oh, Perry's wobbled more, though. Oh, it's Jake Paul going for the finish. He knocked Mike Perry down again. They're going to... No, that's it. It's over. Wow. Wow. That happens. Mike Perry has just got absolutely destroyed by Jake Paul. Who would have expected that? Well, first off, I did call Jake Paul winning, but I did not expect it to be by a KO. I thought Mike Perry might have been able to have taken Jake Paul's punches, but Jake Paul was absolutely throwing hammers last night. Mike Perry looked really good physically in this fight, and I was saying when they done the face-off, there's only like a 1 to 2 inch height difference, but Mike Perry didn't look physically outmatched in the ring. But Jake Paul, man, that power... Someone needs to test them for the gear. But anyway, let's go through a summary, a play-by-play of what happened in the actual fight. First off, we went live last night for this fight, and it was the best live stream that we've ever had on this channel. You guys showed out in full force. We peaked at like 3,000 viewers. We had consistently 1,500 viewers the entire stream, which I think for only like my 6th or 7th live stream is pretty decent. And yeah, it was boss. It made it worth staying up till 6 a.m. to watch this fight. And that being said, it's UFC 304 this weekend. We got Belal Muhammad versus Leon Edwards. Damn, we got Tom Aspinall versus Curtis Blades, the rematch. That'll be a really good fight. We got Paddy Pimblett versus Bobby Green. That'll also be a really good fight. We've also got Arnold Allen fighting. Pretty decent card taking place in Manchester. It's going to be another late one, guys, but if you're rocking with me, let's do it. We got to keep these live streams going, keep that momentum going. Yeah, live stream was good. I thought Jake Paul would get the decision victory, and we done a poll in the chat, and 40% of people said it was going to be Mike Perry by KO, and 21% thought it was going to be Mike Perry by decision, and then I think it was 20% Jake Paul by decision, and then something like 19% Jake Paul by KO. So 19% of people got it right. So they come out in the first round. Mike gets knocked down straight away pretty much. Now, to be fair to Mike, he wasn't rocked, he wasn't wobbled, he just got off balance. Jake's got strong punches, and I don't think Mike Perry expected the type of power that he felt from Jake. And Mike Perry said that himself. His power, his speed was just too much for him. Jake Paul pretty much dominated the entire first round, and then came out in the second round, knocked Mike Perry down again. But then Perry started coming back in the second half of that second round and started landing some shots. And then the third round by Perry was actually really decent as well. Landed some boss left hooks on Jake Paul. And there was a couple moments where Jake Paul actually stopped throwing punches, because Jake Paul was actually fairly active in this fight. But then Mike caught him with a solid left hook, and Jake stumbled for a moment, went high guard, and then didn't throw anything for a good 20-30 seconds. I was like, oh damn, let's go Mike. And then he caught Jake again with another left hook. But then the story of the fight was Jake Paul's power was just too much for Perry. And what Jake Paul was good at doing is he was throwing full power shots. He was going jab here, then he was closing his eyes, ducking his head down, and just swinging over the top. But the thing is, that can work against someone like Mike Perry, because Mike Perry doesn't move his head. You see him in bare knuckle boxing, he pretty much has a Muay Thai stance. He's not got a boxing stance. He's almost Muay Thai and just walks forward like RoboCop. Whereas you look at Jake Paul, he's a boxer. Okay, I know that's kind of a bit of a stretch. I know that might seem a bit far-fetched, but let's face it, he's putting millions into his athletic combat sport development. And I said this on the live stream last night, if any of you guys had no combat experience and then done 4 or 5 years of just consistent solid ass training and then beat MMA champions, okay, retired or not, and you was putting all of your money into some fantastic coaches, strength and conditioning, nutrition, you'd be good. The level of competition, obviously that's in question, but at the end of the day, Jake Paul, okay, he's beaten Tyron Woodley. If I got on the ring with Tyron Woodley now, he'd absolutely starch me. If I got on the ring with Nate Diaz, he'd absolutely kill me, even within boxing. And that's what we have to appreciate to a certain extent, is that Jake is beating these guys who are lifetime combat sport athletes. Okay, it's not within the discipline that they are used to, and that's one thing that we have to stop. We have to stop MMA fighters going over into boxing. And there was a couple moments, it might have been in the second or third round, where Perry did start moving his head a bit more, and I think he started doing it in the fourth or fifth as well, and he was having a bit more success, but it was short-lived. Jake Paul was just winging shots, and credit to Jake, right? Jake doesn't have like a super great gas tank. You could even see after the second round, he was gassed, mouth open, But what he was doing, and I cottoned onto this, he was throwing these big, massive shots, and then he was recovering and then just getting back on his jab for a while, or he was just being defensive with it and just staying on the outside, and he was catching his breath and letting his power recharge. And one thing that I thought was a game changer in this fight was the jabs of Jake Paul. His jabs were really strong. You could see he was he was leaning into the jabs and putting his whole body weight behind them as Mike Perry was coming forward. Bang, bang, bang. There was intention behind the jabs. Jake Paul threw the jab and then absolutely whipped a right hook to Mike Perry's left rib. And the impact on it, I remember going, oh, what damn. He went bang, like that. And Mike Perry actually said that it cracked his rib. In fact, right, let's get to it now. This is Mike Perry's reaction to the fight.
He hit me with a right hook to the body in the beginning, cracked my rib in like first 10 seconds. And then I was trying to find it on him. Trying to find a right hook to the body, trying to use my jab to set it up and see when I could possibly hit him with it. I just was never able to even see it. I think he was just too fast. He kept his feet moving. I expected that. He grabbed me. He tried to grab me, and it wasn't as much as I thought he was going to grab me. He used his movement. I parried his jabs. His right hook hit me easier than I expected, but I blocked it a couple times like I thought I would, but then, it just kept coming, and I made a couple mistakes and didn't block some of them, and they hit me, and that was fine. Like, I'm used to that. I be taking hits. I be doing that shit, so.
And guys, I'm going to give myself some credit here. I'm getting better as an analyst. So I said the story of this fight was going to be Jake Paul's left hook. Jake's going to look for that left hook in this fight, and he's going to try and exploit that tendency of Mike Perry dropping that right hand. So I think expect a lot of left hooks from Jake Paul. I'm not really going to show anything because the zone with the copyright strikes are just absolutely ridiculous. Yet Demetrius Mighty Mouse Johnson can upload prolonged 10-second clips of the fight. Yet I show a little bit of slow-mo frame by frame of a combined 3 seconds, and I get copyright strikes on my channel. Where's the fairness in that? Anyway, Jake Paul here, I'm going to show you frame by frame. Look at this left hook. Bang. Absolutely cracks Perry. And then it was just after that Mike Perry went down. Right, now on to what the title says. Right, so Conor McGregor has fired Mike Perry from the Bare Knuckle FC. Conor McGregor is now a co-owner of the Bare Knuckle FC. This is what he tweeted. Hey Mike, you're released and you can go and compete in your smelly, dirty boxing championship thing. The smell of it. Good luck, you're fired. Like, am I missing something here, guys? What happened between McGregor and Mike Perry? They had this little bit of an exchange, but earlier on in the week, McGregor was saying about Mike Perry, he said, we've got Michael Perry at the Bare Knuckle FC, he's the champion right now, he's smashing it. McGregor was actually speaking fairly highly of Conor McGregor, and Perry has always spoke very highly of McGregor too. Perry's always been respectful towards McGregor. What the hell has happened? Something's went wrong since Conor McGregor bought into the Bare Knuckle FC. Let's see what Mike Perry's response is to this tweet of McGregor's.
Conor McGregor tweeted about the Dirty Boxing Championship logo and stuff like that. Is there any backstory that you have with him about the logo and stuff?
No, man, I appreciate you talking about it, whatever. He doesn't have a promotion because me and him are both owners of BKFC, so you can't fire me. We can fight in bare knuckle. Look at me. I lost to Jake Paul. Why don't you go fight Jake Paul in boxing with the gloves on? I think it would be worse than Conor McGregor versus Mayweather.
Also, just before that previous tweet, I forgot, McGregor tweeted this. Jake Paul is the biggest piss bag I have ever seen in my life. 40 pounds weight difference, juiced out of his head, and still shitting himself in there. Nikisa, who's Nikisa? You should take him to Vegas. Oh, that's right, you could never. The Athletic Commission testing, real fighting, bitch asses. You could never. And then calling out 60-year-old Mike Tyson fresh off an in-flight medical emergency. I'm actually with you on that one, Conor. I swear to God, a fat can of bitch piss. Most valuable piss bag. And someone tweeted this, when Jake fought someone his size and age. Yeah. Good point. And after Mike Perry responded in the post-fight press conference, McGregor responded with this. Michael, you are not any owner in the Bare Knuckle FC, not an iota. You have the tiniest minute dot of a share in Triller, he means, the social media video app, which is promising in fairness, but it's a speckle you have. You hold nothing in Bare Knuckle, not an iota, and trust me, you are out, bro, with no feelings. Do your thing in Dirty Pants Championships and who knows down the line. But you won't be straight back in my ring. That is out straight. I wish you well in the 6-ounce MMA sparring gloves and what that thing was. God bless. What the hell's going on with McGregor? He's proper on a rampage recently, isn't he? Not afraid to burn bridges whatsoever. Now, at the end of the fight, Jake Paul called out Alex Pereira. I don't know if I can play this video on YouTube, though, because of the copyright purposes.
Alex Pereira, you said you want a box.
Pereira actually tweeted this, and he said, "Let's go, Shama." And Alex Pereira actually video called Jake Paul whilst he was in the ring. Check this out.
Hey, let's run it.
Let's go, Let's go, my brother.
Hey, will Dana let you out?
Will Dana te deixa?
Dana let you out?
Yes. We'll talk to him.
Tell Dana.
Jen. Hey.
The bigger the harder they fall.
Falou, quanto mais alta eles são, mais a mora.
So Jake Paul said, will Dana let you out? Dana is not letting Alex Pereira out of his contract. It's not going to happen. How about this, Jake Paul? Why don't you come over to MMA? Why don't you speak to Dana White? Because you've said multiple times on the record, you want an MMA match. These MMA guys are scared. Well, you come over to MMA then. Seems that you're always calling out the MMA guys. Get in the UFC. That will be a big payday. You're getting paid 10, 20 million or whatever for this fight. I'm sure Dana will make it worth it for you. Because if you're able to pull in the figures that you claim you're pulling in through your most valuable promotions and through what you're doing currently, imagine having the UFC machine behind you and you come into the cage and fight Alex Pereira. Also, if you do want to box Pereira, do you remember this? When Pereira sparred the heavyweight boxer. Now, granted, I don't think the boxer was going 100%, but this boxer is an absolute giant. I think he's 6'6", weighs about 120 kilos. And let's be honest, Pereira was piecing him up. Pereira would destroy Jake Paul. It's a silly conversation to have. We shouldn't even really entertain it. Jake Paul, he's a marketing genius. He knows what he's doing. He says he's still going to fight Mike Tyson. I don't want to see it. I think Mike is going to get destroyed. People now might also agree with me on that. I got a little bit of hate for saying that Mike Tyson would get destroyed. But now, maybe after seeing this fight, what he done against a young Mike Perry, a game Mike Perry with a chin, what's he going to do against a 58-year-old Mike Tyson? And also, nice one for all the support on my app. You see I've got it up on the screen. This is my self-sponsor right now. I'm launching my app on August the 8th. If you want to build muscle, look good on the beach, look good on your next lad's holiday, or just feel more confident in yourself, maybe you want to increase your strength, maybe you want to get to a 140 kilogram bench press like me, maybe you want to improve your physicality for your combat sport, fill out for your weight class a bit more without losing your agility and your power and speed, then this is going to be the app for you. I've put so much effort, time and money into it. August the 8th, we go live. If you join the waiting list now, I'll also send you 12 free training programs to your email right now, but you've got to join the waiting list. And also, make sure you tune in all this week for the UFC 304 fight build-up. We're going to go live this weekend as well. We're going to do it back-to-back weekends. Let's go. I appreciate you. See you tomorrow.